This may be a historic document.
There's famous quotes of Warhol saying, "I've stopped painting, I'm now making movies." My name is Greg Pierce. I'm the Associate Curator of Film and Video at the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh. Today we're going to take a look at Andy Warhol's 1966 double-screen film, The Chelsea Girls.
The children never come up to their expectations.
I don't believe in that.
Even if you watch the film 2 or 3 times, your focus is going to change, so it's always going to have a different narrative for yourself. So every viewer ends up making their own narrative for this. It's dealing with, a scene that no one in the mainstream basically ever gets to look into. So it was a window. For some it's like a vision of hell, this window into this freak scene. And to others it's like, it's the Iliad of the Underground, or, there's other comparisons to like Joyce and Dante.
Working out to, I can't seem to really get in here. Get in here.
When the Chelsea Girls first premiered, it was a film made up of 12 individual reels that weren't locked into place yet. So early on, the projectionists were allowed to sometimes, with input from Warhol and company, reorder the reels for different screenings. It's kind of Warhol's first foray into this idea where the filmmaker makes something, but then it's not finished until the projectionist actually creates it in the theater itself. Eventually, when the film became popular and it moved to the uptown cinemas, there was need for a script for the projectionist to follow so that they knew what to do with the 12 reels they were given to project, which is the standard version that we know of as the Chelsea Girls. There's a set 12 reels and there's a set order, that the way you show them and how you manipulate the sound on them.
Come here. Let me fix that mirror a minute for you. Hold on. Stop.
The films are dirty, and I mean that sometimes in subject matter, but also just in it's the physicality of it, like the way they look. There is no beginning, middle, and end to this film. It's not a narrative that way. There's a loose narrative that all these things take place at a place called, at least what we're assuming is the Chelsea Hotel, and these are, the denizens of this hotel, and this is what they do in their different rooms.
Your girlfriend was beautiful, your mother was beautiful, your father was beautiful, all the friends you ever knew.
It's a pretty powerful blend of the scripted and the non-scripted, and it really kind of showcases what Warhol's cinema was capable of producing, in the sense of personalities trying to follow a script, losing the script, not stopping the camera, and allowing a new reality to come out of that.
What else should I say? I can't think. I'm just annoyed at the scene and my participation in it, although my participation in it was perfect. Oh, hello, dear.
For the past 3 years, I have been preparing the actual original film material for digitization. We are following the script that goes with the film, like any other projectionist, and we are creating, in essence, one version of the film. It's not a definitive version. They're just doing a 2K scan of the material. The films, I hope, look like the 60mm films that they are, that you can see the grain swimming, that you can see some scratches once in a while, you see dirt go by. There's splices because there was, the film was damaged at some point, we lost some frames. All that's going to be in there. There's no, we're not tweaking anything so that it looks pretty. We were the projectionists for this version, and that's what we'll be showing, at least for the time being, until we think about the philosophical issues involved and how to bring it back to a non-standard version. So those are my thoughts on the Chelsea Girls and Andy Warhol as a filmmaker. What are your thoughts? If you have any comments, please leave them below in the comments section. Please subscribe for more videos like this and others from the Museum of Modern Art. My name is Greg Pierce. I'm the Associate Curator of Film and Video at the Andy Warhol Museum. Thanks for watching.